Welcome to an all-new episode of The 60-Second Car, the podcast that covers every single minute of the Fast and the Furious franchise. Today, we're talking about the Fast and the Furious, minute 56. My name is Dan, joined as always by my co-host with the most boast. I always get the by and the with switched up for some reason. Mr. Daniel.
Supreme me.
Do you know what time it is?
I actually don't. Could you tell me what time it is?
It's diesel time!
60-second car.
Welcome back to the 60-Second Car. We're talking about minute 56 today. As we last left off, we were talking about their whole cop meeting, which sounds scary, but it really wasn't that scary. But you never want a cop meeting.
The guy got shoved down.
The guy did get shoved. There was an altercation. You absolutely have me.
I don't like confrontation. How are you in a room after some confrontation has gone down? I'm not great.
I mean, I'm normally fine. I don't really care too much. But yeah, it is awkward in the room. I sit there, when something like that happens, I sit there and be like, this doesn't have to be awkward, but it's probably gonna be.
Mm-hmm. So, Bilkins, he's kind of in the middle of everybody fighting. He's just, all right, I guess I'll let these two figure out their whole deal. And Tanner, you can go ahead and show some photos, and I'll try and get this guy to calm down and make me a latte.
Yeah. Muse, you gotta get up. You gotta make us lattes.
Hey, why don't you take a walk, go make some lattes, come back. It always calms you down. It's your special place. Goes the fucking espresso machine, clanking everything around, steam. I'm gonna get you with this. This does help center me, actually. Thank you.
He's making one for Brian. He's like, you know what? This isn't gonna be fully steamed milk. Only be half steamed.
This guy always wants non-dairy. I'm gonna give him the poots. He's gonna get nothing but dairy.
Oh God, that's cruel, man. That's scary. Don't talk about that.
Look, guy shoves me down. I'm gonna make sure he gets the poots.
As somebody who is lactose intolerant, no, don't like it. I hate it.
Sorry.
That's cruel and inhumane. Don't do that.
Don't shove me down then.
I won't.
Thanks.
Don't put dairy in my coffee. Jeez. I've been really getting into, I used to put almond milk in all my coffee, but oat milk? It's good shit. Oat milk is delicious.
I usually go almond. I've had oat. I think it's hit or miss for me. I think it really is brand dependent. I feel like every almond milk I've had is fine.
Sure. Yeah. Well, a lot of the big brands. So a lot of these nut milks. I'm gonna sound like a real. I'm gonna sound like a real milk. Like I work for Big Milk here in a second. But don't worry, I don't work for Big Milk. Big Milk. I think might be sponsoring TwitchCon again. I don't know. They sponsored them last year. It was weird. It just said brought to you by Milk. It was fucking weird.
Wait, is that got milk? It just says brought to you by Milk.
So it's Milk. Yeah, it just says Milk. Milk was was one of the big sponsors of TwitchCon last year, and I'm pretty sure they sponsor again this year.
Huh.
I don't. Are streamers just drinking milk on stream and being like...
You'd know better than I would. I thought it was like a Mountain Dew crowd.
Nobody I know. TwitchCon 2023. I guarantee it's going to have at least their big sponsors. It's in Las Vegas this year. Fucking weird. Let's see. Let's look at all these. There's a bunch of dances. There's perks. There's a big... Oh, okay.
Dances? What the hell?
Yeah, okay, it's a weird convention. I talked about this on Twitch on my stream quite a bit. There's a weird sponsor in here that I'll talk about in a second. Very weird. But Twitch is all about spending money in the worst places and then cutting basically everybody on the platform's pay, essentially. Starting January for me personally, because my partner contract is up, I will be taking a 20% cut on all subscriptions. That's fucked up. It's real fucked up. There's a lot of people who won't see a difference because they didn't have a special cut, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, their sponsors this year are, I don't know how this makes sense, Chevron,
Well,
I guess cars and streaming are a thing. I don't know.
y'all keep the stamina because of the Techron.
Right. Chevron with Techron to keep your engine running clean. Sponsor us, Chevron. See, it makes more sense to sponsor us than it does TwitchCon. Because we're talking about cars.
Yeah. Is Techron NOS? I'm gonna assume
No.
it's NOS. I'm not gonna look at it.
I think Techron is just their branded formula for fuel. Pretty sure. I think
No, it's
maybe
something special.
or
No.
formula for octane.
It's the same stuff in Space Jam that they drink to win the game.
Oh, the special sauce. I don't.
Do they call it special sauce?
It's
Maybe.
like it's MJ's
Anyway.
MJ's special.
I know it's in a bottle.
Sauce. Yeah.
It turns out to just be water. It's special sauce.
I don't know, but there's a special barbecue sauce. I don't know. What does Bugs Bunny give the team in Space Jam?
I feel like you're doing this for the sake of our listeners, but I like to imagine this is how you Google everything. Or how you Bing everything. I don't know what you do.
I do actually. I do because because I noticed that when I naturally type the question, naturally keywords will pop up in there, and it's actually a better Google. Then sometimes it just makes me sound really old, but that's not.
Oh, I meant talking it out a syllable at a time.
Oh, I see. It's Michael's secret stuff.
Sauce seemed a little too. I mean, well, WB in the 90s did have the fingerprints joke in it, so maybe.
No, it doesn't. But I'm gonna put this on the screen because this is just, if it was the secret sauce, this probably is a pretty inappropriate screen.
Well, they pass it around and they're all just taking the sauce themselves.
But for some reason, this still by itself doesn't seem right. I don't know why.
Yep, I think it seems perfectly fine.
Elmer Fudd.
How do you drink sauce?
Elmer Fudd not in his clothes, I think, is what's the weird part for me.
Oh yeah, he's not wearing a hat. He's got a headband.
He's got a headband and a jersey, and yeah, it's strange. Anyway.
Go back to the sponsors. Yeah.
Some of the other sponsors. Also, Honda. Honda is a sponsor this year for TwitchCon 2023 in Las Vegas. Doritos, which actually makes sense. Doritos, that's gamer fuel. Okay. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. Here's the weird one. Meta Quest is one of the sponsors.
Headset? Is that the headset thing?
Meta Quest? I think it is the headset, yes. So that kind of makes sense.
I understand more than Honda.
Right, well, sure, but it's also a competing streaming platform that owns that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Meta has, I mean, granted, they don't give a shit about it anymore, and nobody really streams on it anymore, but, well, maybe they shut it down. Actually, I don't know. But Meta was one of the big three streaming platforms for a while after
Vine.
Not well after Vine, but after Mixer,
CISO.
Microsoft's platform. What were you saying?
I said CISO. I was just gonna name more.
CISO. If you see something, say CISO. If you see so, say so.
Jash maybe.
I don't know what InZone is. Do you know what InZone is?
Nope, that's part of a football field.
No, it's an end zone.
Oh,
InZone is apparently Sony. It's their headset. The headset line. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so I guess they don't have Milk this year, but Milk was definitely a sponsor last year. Just Milk. That's all the sponsor was. Just said Milk. So was it like just the Milk lobby, literally?
Did they have like a booth where you can go get like...
Yes, a glass of milk? Yes, absolutely. 100%. It's not a joke.
Everyone there has milk mustaches playing their games. Actually, I don't know what Twitch kind of is, because in my head, Twitch is like a solitary thing for the most part. You connect via like the internet and the magic of videos, but to then put all those people in a room, like, then what?
Well, I mean, it's pretty much what you expect happens of streamers meeting their viewers. But yeah, it's a thing. I mean, like, I've never missed a single TwitchCon. I've been to every single TwitchCon since the first iteration in at the Moscone Center. Is that what it's called in San Francisco?
I don't know, dude.
I mean, you've been to San Francisco. I don't know.
Yeah, I only go where they do metal shows.
Oh well. Anyway, yeah, it must be the Moscone. I don't know. It's something like that. But the first one, 2015, it was very small, very quaint, interesting. I went to that one, and then they did, Long Beach and San Jose and San Diego and then San Diego and San Diego, and now they're in Vegas. Which, let's talk about this. The first TwitchCon after COVID and everything, and it was kind of even, I'm gonna controversially say, still during COVID, people were so desperate to like be around people that 80% of people who were out after 10 p.m. were extremely incoherent and not responsible with their alcohol, and it was everybody was wasted. And I'm like, people probably got very sick, probably hurt, I don't know, but they're doing this now in Vegas, where you do that quite literally anywhere, everywhere, and all day long, 24 hours. I can't imagine there isn't going to be an incident. Not to mention streamers are very, very big into gambling, through gotchas and Pokemon cards and actual like slots and poker and gambling. People are going to lose their entire career, I think, this year, and I can't ever think that it's a good idea. I can't. It's going to be so weird. But yeah, I don't know. I guess so. Now, Milk was a presenting sponsor at TwitchCon 2022. The sponsor is part of Milk Pep's larger mission. Oh,
yeah, I know what this is.
Oh, Milk Pep is listed as one of the sponsors of TwitchCon this October. The brand new tagline to go with it: "Gonna need milk."
Got milk? No, gonna need it.
Gonna need milk. So is Milk Pep what I think it is? Is it Pilk?
I believe that is the Pepsi milk mix.
Why? What is this happening? I don't know. I guess maybe they're not doing it this year. Maybe that was such a bust, or maybe they didn't care. But yeah, milk was a big thing. There's also an event where somebody jumped in a foam pit that very much didn't have any signage, I don't think, that said you shouldn't jump in it because it was like a foot shallow and she like broke her tailbone. But yeah, that was the thing. I don't know what happened with that. But yeah, anyway, that's happening. And why did I bring that up?
Dude, I've been trying to backtrack to figure out how we got here.
I don't remember.
I honestly have milk sponsor, TwitchCon.
Oh, the steamed milk with the lattes. Of course.
There we go.
And being lactose
yes.
intolerant.
There we go.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. Anyway, nobody's making lattes here. However, a latte does sound delicious. Oat milk latte? Oof, sounds good. Well, here, so right before the minute ended, when... Okay, the question is, it must have been at the beginning of this minute. When did he ask, when did he say, tell me about Toretto? It must have been at the beginning of this minute, and I took the screenshot, 2 seconds later.
Maybe that makes the last line of my previous minute thing make sense, because all it says is memorized file, which I think is Brian saying he's memorized the file, so I think that's the question you're referring to.
So that must have been the last minute, because he says that. So the line you just said, he asked, they tell me about Toretto before that, and then he talks about, I told you he's too collected for that, or he's too whatever, and then that's where I think that's another clue where the Tanner knows that he's going not postal, native, because he now pulls out the file. He's like, I need you to take a look at the file, or have you read Toretto's file lately? And that's where the line comes in of, I memorized it. And he said, well, look at it again. And now he starts bringing out that whole talk about milk stuff was so that we can get past the first minute, so that now I could show this without getting this video demonetized. Because now we have the images of the aftermath of what put Dom in prison and Lompoc those years ago.
Hmm.
Many years ago, because he was like a kid, right? He was like
I
barely an
mean,
adult.
I don't know if they retconned it, but in 9, he's probably like 18.
He's got to be young, because his brother, whose name is
Jacob
Jacob,
with a K.
with a K, right? Yeah, that's right. He spells it weird. Um, this even looks like him. But Jacob,
Oh, it does.
uh, yeah, he must not be 18 yet. He kind of looks like he's like 16, maybe 15. He looks young. Um, but yeah, that's about this time. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, that's definitely not this guy.
No, no, not at all.
It's a totally
I
different looking dude.
If I had more time, I would have gone through 9 and watched that scene to see how much of this has been retconned. But like,
Yeah.
they're like he beat him with a 3/4 inch torque wrench. I'm like, I remember a different thing because I looked up a 3/4 inch torque wrench, and there's a couple things it could be, but
He's
I
holding
remember
like a
something.
pipe wrench, I think, right?
Yeah, it's something bigger and bulkier and scarier. But who's gonna go back and analyze every single second of a movie like that and call them out for
Sure.
being wrong?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it is definitely, I don't know. I guess they were never going to get this guy again. Plus it's what, 20 years later, something like that?
At least, yeah,
Yeah, at least. Oh yeah, I guess 20 years would have been 2021. That's about when Fast 9 came out, I think, right?
I think
I
so.
have it.
Pretty sure.
2021. Yeah, so 20 years later. So definitely wouldn't have been the same guy. But yeah, so like it's obviously a different guy. That makes total sense. I get it. His name is Jim Perrick. Is that his name? Yes, Jim Perrick is the guy that they play, who is very much a different guy. Right? That's him, I think.
I think so.
The driver that, yeah, I think it is. Driver that kills his dad. But yeah. So he goes through and he talks about all this, and he talks about, oh, he's a picture of collected. I don't know what he says. Something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. Basically, like showing he's a loose cannon. He's not as calm and whatever
Right.
as Brian thinks he is.
Right. So the question is, how is Brian slipping up and like totally not, or is he just not necessarily understanding that he's also going native? He just didn't think to lie about that because he didn't really know.
How, like, I imagine it's like Stockholm syndrome. Are you aware that you're going native? Do you know
Sure.
you're getting Stockholm syndrome? So probably
Sure.
not.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, yeah, I think that maybe he's realizing right now for the first time, and that's what's going on. So then now this is where he oh, this is kind of, I took a shot of this because this is sort of where I feel everybody's coming under that realization, because he's kind of got this, they just went through the altercation and he's not really mad anymore. Not really. He's kind of like, oh, we might have something else going on here. Muse is just,
Muse knows. Muse knows.
I don't know. He's looking off into the distance. I don't know what he's thinking right now. He's like, man, if only I wasn't at work, I'd beat his ass so hard right now. I'd do, dude, if and making all these excuses in his head. Just if I could just let me go, if the sergeant just let me go, and I'd beat him up. I should be making a latte right now. What?
Speaking of lattes and appliances, whatnot, is that 2 microwaves?
I think it's a toaster oven in a microwave.
Okay, great. Of course. If you're on your stakeout, you guys need your toaster oven.
I mean, have you seen how much stuff they have in this kitchen? There's so much.
Well, I just figured they have like a regular ass oven.
There's a microwave. There's also a coffee pot here. There's
TV?
whatever this TV is. There's takeout everywhere. There's he puts his stogie down. That's right. I forgot that he had a cigar and he put it on the counter. That's funny. Yeah, anyway. No. Stop.
You broke it.
Stop. I did break it. Why did I do that?
Edit point.
Huh? Oh, okay. Weird. Um, it like
Edit point.
it went away. Oh yeah. Edit point. Um,
Yeah, there's your in and your out.
so yeah, I mean they have appliances. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I think they forgot to plug it in. Wait, what were you laughing at? Wait, you realized something different.
No, I thought you were trying to fake an edit point to make it seem seamless. So you just said that thing about they have appliances as your way of like, okay, so no time has passed.
Oh yeah, totally. I absolutely was.
Okay, great. That's why that was funny.
I absolutely was. Yeah. No, I was laughing at the fact that I'm pretty sure that's just not plugged in, even though it looks like it's been used a few times. Oh, and now he's walking down the line saying, "I need more time, or I need 3 more days, a few more days. I need a few more days.
Mhm.
I need a few more days. I need a few more days. I need a few more days." And then we have this look of, is that an oh shit look, or is that a hey, maybe we're gonna get somewhere this time?
I think it's a we're in trouble look.
Huh.
Do you think it's
Interesting.
a we're gonna get somewhere, or do you?
When I was watching it in context, it looked like a hey, good news kind of thing. But in this freeze frame, it looks like an oh shit look.
Well, I mean, I theoretically these two guys don't actually work together outside of this case. So Tanner's got history on his side. Maybe he's trying to convince him still, but also maybe he's like, "Oops, I fudged it. I picked the wrong guy. Oopsie doodle."
Sure. Either that or they've seen this before and it's like, well, I guess we gotta figure something out. But with that being said, they don't do anything about it.
No, not at all.
They're just business as usual, just going in. We have a needle drop, I believe.
We do
you
indeed.
have this?
I do. Kind of funny thing with this, because every time a song comes on, I try to Shazam it. And I pulled it up, and it is Mercedes-Benz by Say Yes. And when you Shazam it, the image that comes up is the Rush Hour 2 soundtrack.
Really? Was this in
Yes.
Rush Hour 2 as well?
I'm guessing it was, because it's on my dumb little watch here.
All right.
Chris Tucker, Jackie Chan, Chris doing his little kick. Good times.
Sure.
Love that movie.
Sure. Chris Tucker, by the way, I just learned that like what he said about how he lives his life now, basically. And the reason we don't really see him in too many movies is because he got paid like $10 million each Rush Hour. And he's like, I don't really need to make any more money. Like that's enough. I just chill. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that. I'm totally with that. I would also be doing that because you got all these
Well, he
actors
also
who
does-
just keep making money and making shitty movies.
He's playing Oakland like kind of soon doing stand-up. I forgot he's also a comedian.
Right. Yeah.
I haven't heard a second of his stand-up, but he's doing a fairly big room, so he's making money that way.
Sure. But like at the end of the day, if you think about everything he's done, he's kind of batting really high. His batting average is pretty high, right?
Mhm.
Because he doesn't have much. He's got Friday, fantastic. He's got The Fifth Element, fantastic. He's got
Mhm.
all the Rush Hours, which I think they kind of taper off, but they're still pretty good.
Their Meatloaf and their 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah. And then the most recent thing he did was Air, which wasn't bad. It was fine.
Is that the shoe movie?
Yes. Produced and written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. It was fine. His role was really good. Like he did pretty decent roles, and he doesn't do them very often. Honestly, I think he's winning life. Fucking killing it. Anyway, I
Yeah.
just wanted big shout out to Chris Tucker, man. If you ain't busy, you just want to come on a show and chill and talk
Come on
about the
the
Fast and
pod.
Furious, come on in. You know, who would you have wanted to play in the Fast and in the Family? You know, you could have probably played anybody.
Oh man, could you imagine?
Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker is Jesse? Oh shit. Chris Tucker is like the Fifth Element. Chris Tucker, Ruby Rod playing Jesse? Shit.
Dude, could you imagine about that computer
He would have been all over the place. I would have
It's
loved
in
it.
my head of him shrieking, "I've got ADD."
Do you
What's
hear
that
me?
fucking
I
shit?
got ADHD.
What's that fucking shit?
What's the fucking shit with the fucking attention and fuck? Oh my god, it would have been so good. Oh, and then his death scene at the end, he would have sold it so well. Oh shit. Him dropping a funny line as he loses the race to Johnny. Oh my. Imagine if somebody needs to cut together Chris Tucker playing Jesse from the Fast and the Furious. I need to see that.
Oh man, what if he was like the role of Cypher?
Oh my god.
He wouldn't have to change his hair. He could still have the crazy hair from the Fifth Element, the one that looks like what was that? Some cartoon where they had really long brains and they held it up on a stick with a wheel. Anyway,
Futurama?
you're just going. No, it's some like Cartoon Network thing.
I know what you're
it
talking
doesn't matter.
about. Yeah,
Anyway, so that guy, like Chris Tucker being just like Cypher, trying to be like soft spoken and like kind of scary, but he can't because he's Chris Tucker.
You should see Air. He does. He actually after if you watch Air, you could probably think that he might do a good job with that.
Right.
It's good. But yeah, okay. So we have. I forgot the name of the song, but it shows up in Rush Hour, right? Mercedes Benz.
Yes, by Say Yes. Yep.
Say Yes. Got it. And they're working on their new super engine, which
a very red one.
A very red
Why
one.
is it so red?
I don't know. I don't think this is an actual super engine, so it must be something that Jesse's maniacally put together.
NOS.
Yeah, there's just NOS everywhere. The snossage. What did I say? The nosage? Yeah, it's just the nosage, not the snossage. And he's doing something here where he's like gesturing as like when the engines goes, he like brings it in or something like that. He's doing a weird gesture here.
It was one of those moments when they're having car talk and I just don't clock any of it. So like I don't have any notes for this exchange other than
audibly it's in the background anyway.
Yeah. Again, no Vince. Everyone else is working. Does Vince have another job? Is he just walking the streets like I think he's actually doing?
Another good point that I didn't think about. Yeah, there's no Vince. Last time there was no Leon. Now Leon's here. So it's even weirder that Vince isn't here.
Maybe he's got the other days off. Maybe they have a regular like work schedule where they have like various coverage and stuff like that. And it's just like, I don't know. The other day was a slow day. Leon didn't work, but now it's a busier day. So Leon's in. Vince is still off. It's just took a 3-day.
Maybe he's out failing at trying to investigate that Brian's a cop.
Just walk around other people's garages waiting for Brian to show up.
Yeah. I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he knows what he's doing, but he's out there trying to and you don't see it in a movie because it's not working, but he's trying to figure out that Brian's a cop. He's trying to find proof and he just never finds it. So now we have Dom sitting in the engine block or the engine hole. I'm going to call it an engine hole.
Seems right.
Putting in the fan, and then I don't know what Brian's doing. He's working on the battery. He's like wiring the battery or something like that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he knows what he's doing either. But he's wiring the battery. He's obviously stressed out, and Vin hits him with the line of special plans tonight. Right? Is that the line? I think it's
something along those lines. It's any special plans tonight, and obviously he knows that they're going out. He
big
just kinda
plans tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, so like he obviously knows they're going out. He's just trying to like see what Brian has in mind, maybe.
See, as somebody who had a pretty awkward dad, awkward in the sense of he was only awkward when he wanted to talk about serious things. Like
I should say this is not her dad, but carry on.
No. Well, but I mean the closest thing to a dad, I guess. No, I don't even mean that. I mean
okay.
I mean Dom to Brian right now. Like,
oh, sure.
I'm Brian and Dom is my dad. I mean, for context, anybody listening, I had the sex talk from him when I was like 17. Which
Oh,
means
okay.
it was far too late to have this talk, right? But he still tried to have it with me. So it was awkward and weird. And I was like, don't know why this is happening. I don't, whatever. Anyway, it was more like that. And he was trying to find a way to break that ice. That's what I'm reading off of this scene.
Oh, yeah.
Big plans tonight. Yeah. And then, we're going to dinner. And then, is it just, we're going to dinner? And then he gives this look and he holds this for like 3 seconds.
Absolutely. Yep. He just stares deep into his heart. Or sorry, into his eyes. Break her heart, I'll break your neck.
No, but you may have slipped there, but I think it's real, and we'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, break her heart, I'll break your neck. And he says never gonna happen. And then there's this. They pull back, and they just have this staring scene as they're just pulling back. And so he is maybe staring into his heart. And maybe, he's get you a man that looks at you like Dom looks at Brian.
In this moment, they should have just put in the Wiz Khalifa song that wasn't out yet.
It's been a long time without you, my friend. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And then he...
Dom
that's what... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Dom says, like, I want to show you something.
Yes. And then we see something that for some reason, I think I said in a previous episode, I didn't think we'd ever see Dom's car again. But we do. Here.
And they carpooled.
Do we know that?
I'm assuming.
Okay. All right. I'm assuming. I was going to say that, and I assumed as well. But I can't actually confirm that.
We haven't seen Brian's truck, and his other car is still being built, so I think they carpooled.
True. Fair enough. And yeah, we're not going to reveal what's behind. I already spoiled that they're going to go into the barn, but the point is, we get to see a foreshadowing for a Fast X scene.
Oh my God, that's right.
They call all the way back to this.
I was rewatching it today, and I saw the next minute, and I was like, "Oh yeah, forgot about that character." I think it's a character.
You're watching this, okay?
Yes,
I was gonna ask, how many times have you seen Fast X?
2 times.
2 times. But like, if you're watching the end today, I was like, damn, 3 times already. Damn,
No.
It's fast.
I mean, I weirdly have the urge to watch it, but I've been just realizing I have other things I could be watching, so the same shit over and over.
Oh, you're the opposite of me. I know I have other things to watch that don't stop me from watching the same thing over and over again.
I'm also doing a rewatch of all the Simpsons Halloween episodes this month. Oh. There's 34 of them. I'm way behind at this point, but I'm trying my best.
34. So you could theoretically, I can do
it if I just commit to it, but
you can do 3 double days and watch 1 a day.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
That's what I got to do. Yeah. That was quick math. Look at you.
I'm 31 or 34 minus 31. That's it. That's all I did.
Fine.
I just don't give me credit for math because I'm not good at it. I did. Katie and I just finished the final or the latest season of Futurama or Hulu-rama, which was okay. I think there's a lot of more current references that are weird. That's weird for Futurama in this season, but it wasn't bad. I didn't mind it. They do their final episode. Did you watch it?
No, not yet.
Their final episode is strange.
I haven't really felt the urge to watch it because, like, the later seasons I never really watched, and I think we're in 9 right now and almost done. And I'm just like, yeah, let's put on a Bake Off. No, let's watch it. It's Always Sunny again because I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel the same way I feel about like newer Simpsons with it, where it's like the pieces are all there and I still enjoy it, but I just don't have the same desire to jump at it. So
sure, I see that. I want to. So there's also one more thing before we leave you guys for today. At least one more thing for me. Have you heard of a YouTube show called?
Nope.
Yeah, all right. It's called Well Actually.
Nope.
It's just this little game show. They're like 20-minute episodes, maybe less. It's on Dropout, which was formerly College Humor. And they do these episodes where
That's funny.
yeah, right.
That's a good joke.
Yeah, they've been Dropout's been doing a lot, and yeah, it's the former College Humor jokes or team, whatever. But they do this. There's one of these shows called Actually, and essentially, it's a game show. Three people are competing, and the host will read out a statement, usually about it's about a specific nerd culture thing. And there's something wrong in that statement, and the three nerds on the couch, often voice actors and writers and stuff like that, will have to call out exactly what's wrong there. And they do quite a few Simpsons statements. And I want you to watch all of them so I don't have to cut them out, but I want to cut out all the Simpsons ones and see if you can figure out what's wrong about each statement.
It's called Actually.
Yeah,
Well,
comma actually. Because part of the rules are you have to say actually when you answer, or else it doesn't count.
So you have to answer like comic book guy might.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, there is one thing where one of the statements is they mention or they talk about a comic book guy's real name.
Oh, I used to know it.
It's not memorable because it's very basic, but I don't remember what it is right now, so I couldn't even answer. But I know that it's a basic ass name, and I think that was and I think that was on purpose to piss off the audience. Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah, because I have. Ugh. Jeff Albertson. What?
Yeah,
what?
Exactly. Comic book guy is who's the actor? It's the he does most of the voices, right, on that show.
We're looking at a Hank Azaria.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like
Guillermo's.
He does a ton of voices. But yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching today. Thank you so much for listening. If you're listening to the audio medium, make sure to go to danotage.tv/60second car. My name is Dan, joined as always by my co-host with the most post, Daniel. Just follow us on social medias by going to that website and finding them all. We're getting real cozy here. And with that, we'll see you next time.
Family.
Me know.